Açık Bayer University, the campus, uh, that gurasa and the meat that I ate, I never tested anywhere else,
Also,
including
discussed with you about transportation. What to da ka
Achaba, Abat. Wallahi, Abdul Malik, wallahi, I still prefer the transportation in Kano State rather than Istanbul. Istanbul is wahala, oga. Wallahi, ako'y wahala sosai ba. But when you get into the market, they will open the booth and they will steal. I bought my own spare tire couple of times. And as an experienced person in Africa, they stole my wallet inside my car couple of times. So you don't feel safe. That is why I said after 2 years I'm going.
I see.
This Malam, I forgot his name. He used to speak Hausa in class.
Yeah.
One day I said, Wallahi oga, babu Hausa sosai ba. Da Allah, maganan English ba. They had that power to carry that responsibility of money. Alhamdulillah. Allah didn't provide me money that time. I have now. It is okay. Alhamdulillah. I'm still not rich, but I'm good. I mean, not as poor as when I was in Nigeria. My family, I lost my father when I was 12. So there was no any support from me from Turkey unless NTIC used to give us. NTIC used to give us naira dubu, like 1,000 naira in a month.
Yeah.
But in the classroom, imagine you have 400 people, Babu Wuta, Akwai Zafi. So, but you cannot even make like fast movements. She will kick you out of the classroom. Imagine, man, like from all part of Nigeria, you have a lot of people. Two Bature Achkin class. So, Abdul Malik, you have finished doctorate. I didn't have even PhD. So, maybe I touched a small touch in your life. As it is a like if it is an Anglophone country, the system may not be that much good, but the economy is better. But in Francophone countries, they siphoned everything, but they put a better system, I can say.
I see. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Masu kallon mu da sauraron mu a cikin wannan shirin, wato shirin yau da gobe podcast. Barkanmu da shigowa wannan shiri. A yau muna tare da babban bakonmu, wato bako ne na musamman wannan karan. Bakonmu shine Malam Ramazan Unalan, wanda malamina ne tun ina ɗan shekara 10, wato a jihar Kano muka haɗu da shi. A yanzu facility manager mai kula da wato guri ko kuma gine-gine na jami'a, wato jami'ar North American University da ke garin Texas a ƙasar Amurka. Mun jima da shi kamar yadda na faɗa shekara da shekaru, sama da shekara 20 da sanin juna. Kamar yadda na ce malamina ne tun ina ɗan ƙarami. Wasu daga cikin abokanai na za su iya gani wanda muka yi karatu da su a karatun secondary, wanda sun san shi sananne ne, kuma ya yi karatu kamar yadda za ku ja a Kano a jami'ar Bayero. Insha Allahu za mu so mu yi maka barka da zuwa cikin wannan shiri, Malam Ramadan.
Yawwa, na gode oga. Suna na Ramadan, or Hausa we said labaran ko?
To shikenan labaran. To
Shikenan, yawwa.
Ramadan, kamar yadda na gaya maka, duk sanda mutum ya shiga wannan shirin muna yin abin da muke cewa icebreaker. Icebreaker inda zan yi maka shine zan tambaye ka wani abinci ka fi so a Nigeria. Abinci wanne ka fi so?
Abinci? Suya ko?
Kana son suya?
Akwai suya a cikin gari a nan ba? Da yawa, amma babu kyau. Is not as good as Kano ba. I don't know. Nama, I have students, I ask them to bring me dambon nama, kilishi, wannan menene suya ko? Amma suya akwai anan a cikin gari. Dambon nama, kilishi babu. Akwai wannan jerky meat. That is American style, but one number halal ba. So a akwai suya only. And the three things I miss a lot in Arson, and one danwake ko.
Kana son dan wake?
Danwake. I remember them in akwai wannan albasa a cikin wannan ko. They do kind of sauce with albasa, and of course I prefer Sokoto albasa. That is the best one. What I remember, yeah, these are the main things. Tuo I remember, but I never miss tuo. I don't know why. Damwake is the best. Yeah, I am a meat person. Damwake, suya, kilishi, and dambon nama. These are the favorite things for me. Hey.
Okay, to masha Allah. To da wannan muke ƙara yi maka barka da zuwa cikin wannan shiri.
Yawwa, na gode.
So yanzu za mu so mu ci wato takaitaccen tarihinka wato history ɗinka. Za mu so mu ji yanda inda aka haife ka, a ina aka haife ka, sannan shekarar ka nawa, sannan misali zuwanka Najeriya da aikinka da karatunka a Najeriya, sannan kuma tafiyarka wato Nijar. Duk muna so mu ɗan ji wato irin inda ka jajje, ina ka zauna a Najeriya, duka dai ina so na ji da abubuwan da ka gani kaɗan-kaɗan, sannan insha Allah zan ƙara maka tambaya. So in kana so bismillah.
Yawwa.
Da sunanka, ka fara da sunanka, ka gabatar da kanka.
Okay, sunana Ramadan. The first time I went to Nigeria, 2002, September 9, or 19, or 18, a day before or later.
Okay.
So, total in Africa, shekara goma a cikin Africa ba. Shekara shida a cikin Kano. Shekara biyu Bangui, Niger. Bangui is Republic of Central Africa. Shekara biyu a cikin Niamey, Niger. So, what do you say? Total?
Jimilla ko kuma total.
Jimilla shakara goma a cikin Africa. So Africa is just like my second hometown. Because the first time I stepped on Kano soil, there was nothing with me. No English, babu Hausa, babu French, babu education, babu makaranta. All of them, there was nothing. Just a young guy living out of his country for the first time. And
Shekarar ka nawa lokacin da ka zo? Shekarar ka nawa? Kano.
20.
Shekarar ka 20.
Tashira. So 20 years old, that is when I was the first time I entered Kano. So the first thing that I struggled with was weather. Akwai wannan ba, akwai zafi sosai ko? Amma a cikin Turkey, you know better than me, akwai wannan sanyi sosai ba. So you are coming from a different environment, atmosphere. The first thing that I struggled was the weather. And later, abinci is not the same. But alhamdulillah, duka abinci a cikin Kano halal. You don't have any problem. So that was the first thing. As long as it is halal, alhamdulillah, I started struggling slow, like eating everything step by step. Then at the end of the time, after shakara shida a cikin Kano, there was nothing that I did not test in Nigeria, in Kano. I ate duka ko. All abinci I ate, there was no any problem. Yeah. And gurasa. I never forget gurasa. I'm sorry, that was my favorite in the university. Achkin Bayero University, gurasa, together with this, like it is shish kebab, but I don't know, gurasa is the one nama ko?
Yeah, the Sire.
Sire. So
Eh,
Sire together with that one, and I never been. I don't know. Maybe if you are a student, you are always miserable. Babu Kudi, because you're a student. Babu Kudi akoy wahala. So
eh,
I don't know. Maybe that in the Achkim Bayero University, the campus, uh, that gurasa and the meat that I ate, I never tested anywhere else, including Nigeria. That
mashallah.
place, it was dusty, rustic, but I didn't care. I ate everything there. So maybe, life comes with your feelings, emotion. So everything that I had there is all about emotion, probably. That's why I couldn't get the test again. So, but Alhamdulillah, we started learning English like kadan, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then later, um, um, I don't know if she is alive or not. If she is not, may Allah bless her. If she passed away, may Allah give her peace in her grave. Her name is Mrs. Shakira. She was the
My name is Shakira.
best teacher I remember. She was very, very well educated and she was passionate. Like
I
imagine,
remember her.
yeah, you remember her? Oh my
Yeah,
God. She
yeah.
was from Ibadan, I believe. I don't remember. And Mr. Errol, you remember Mr. Errol, right? The physics teacher. He's here now. These two teachers are the beginning point of my education in my life. These both guys. In the university and on the education courses, there was another teacher. I think she became the Minister of Education in Nigeria, Madam Rukaya.
Uh-huh.
She was one of
Professor
our,
Rukaya.
yeah, Professor Rukaya. She was our one of a lot of education courses. She was also another second or third, whatever, best teacher I have ever seen. Maybe not, I don't know how was the system that she was trying to create in the I mean in the
Education system.
position. I don't know, but in the classroom, imagine you have 400 people. Babu Wuta, Akwai Zafi. So, but you cannot even make like fast movements. She will kick you out of the classroom. I have never seen. I always followed her rules when I am teaching. I taught for long years. Her rules in the classroom. Can you imagine, man? Like from all part of Nigeria, you have a lot of people. Two Bature açık class. So Abdul Malik, can you imagine? We were just like flashing like lights. I mean, like Zafer. You remember? He's my
Yeah,
friend.
I was going to ask you, were you with Mr. Zafar?
Yeah, Mr.
Zafar.
Zafer. Our problem, we couldn't skip the classes because if one of us is not there, hey, Zafer, where is your friend? Oh, Ramadan, where is your friend? Ina Abokinka. Most of them, they used to ask
Everybody
like
was
that.
here.
Yeah, Ina Abokinka. We never skipped the classes. That was our first problem. Sometimes I wanted to paint myself, so, but never happened. I mean, so these are the other things. Anyway, I will come back to Madame Rukaya, Professor Rukaya again. I always followed her rules and regulations that she taught us during my working, like professional working time.
MashaAllah. So you
Yeah,
learned some principles from her.
a lot, a lot.
Okay.
She was very strict. Her examinations, like it wasn't like just write the questions. No, she used to think and teach us well. And if you don't study hard, man, you cannot pass the classes. And another problem, actually, it wasn't a problem. I think because of this lecturer, I learned more Hausa. One of our Islamic studies courses, this Malam, I forgot his name. He used to speak Hausa in class.
Eh,
One day I said, Wallahi, Oga, babu Hausa sosai ba. Da Allah, maganan English
and
ba.
the Turanchi.
Yeah, Turanci. He said, abokina, kana a cikin Kano ko? Maganan
Eh.
Hausa, it is not my problem. That, yeah, because of him, I studied sometimes, but he failed me for a couple of years. Then later, I think it was the third level or level four, he allowed me to pass. Maybe maybe he might be the first reason why I pushed Hausa a lot. Unfortunately, time passes. I already forgot a lot of things in one and Hausa, French, because language is ungrateful up to me.
I see. Well, it's very interesting, to hear this. I totally enjoyed it because some of the things you mentioned wasu abubuwan da ka faɗa sun tuttuna mun da kamar su Miss Shakira da har da ma Mr. Zafar shi ma na tuna shi da sunan shi Mr. Zafar Shashir. Daidai ne? Haka ne?
Shashi, he changed his surname, by the way. His name is Kaplan now.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, where is he, by the way?
Ina a cikin Ankara yanzu. He's one English teacher.
Teacher. Okay.
Yeah, he's teaching now. We talked to him for before I came to Texas. Now we broke up. Unfortunately, I hope he's doing fine because of the one. It's been a long time. I mean, for almost 4 years we are not talking.
I see. So na tambaye ka wato zuwanka Kano kai karatu a BUK. Me ka karanta wani degree program kai a BUK?
Education English. My third department was Islamic Studies. So I could be a teacher. I could be teaching Islamic Studies and English lessons in West African countries. I am licensed for that because of the courses that I have taken.
That's really good. So, ina so kuma na tambaye ka wato game da rayuwar da kai a Kano, a wace unguwa ka zauna a Kano? Wace unguwa ka zauna?
Taroni.
Taroni?
Okay. Taroni.
Okay, Taroni. Sannan kuma sai ina ka je, ina da ina ka shiga a Nigeria, banda Kano ko kuma unguwannin Kano, the areas in Kano, which areas do you remember? And what do you remember? The markets, wace kasuwa kake tunawa, ya bambancin kasuwa Kano da kuma Turkiya. What is the difference, between the markets that you saw in Turkey and the markets that you saw in Nigeria, and how did you feel?
Guy, akwai babban difference ba. So, I remember Sabungari and Yankaba. Yankaba, these are the main places. For Abinchi, like fruits, banana, whatever, you go to Yankaba. I don't know, they still have it. In Katija Road. In Katija Road.
Yeah.
And Sabungari, is Sabungari, I don't remember, but I can still find out, hopefully, if I go.
Yeah.
So Sabungari, if you compare with Turkey, actually the main two things are the same to bargain. Wanan and wanan. Like how much it is, or nawa wanan. Like in Turkey also it's the same. They will tell you it is 10 Turkish lira or naira goma.
Yeah.
Then you start talking, you go like step ahead, then they will call you back, come, naira biyar, or 5 Turkish lira is all the same. The mentality are the same, because I don't know. We believe that bargain is sunnah. I don't know. Maybe that might be the reason. And of course, not the same. The same clothes that we used to wear. Like you have one on. Kaftan. You don't have the same kind of things. But later, instead of buying the clothes, I realized that the first time I bought these, like the nylon things, which were not quality one. Then later I used to buy the clothes itself, and I used to sew it with the tailors.
Yeah.
So later, but I wore this kaftan a lot of times. I still have a lot of pictures. The difference is, mainly it is the products that you are looking for. So when you go to what I successfully achieved that, you remove your mind, the one that came together with you from Turkey, and put the one that you are going to create for Nigeria.
Yeah.
I successfully achieved that, and I didn't have any problem, alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. Masha Allah. So, tambayar da zan yi maka ta gaba shine ka yi karatu a Turkiya, sannan kuma ka yi karatu a Nigeria. Me ka gani haka za ka iya faɗa na bambanci na tsarin karatu musamman a level in secondary school? Kaga lokacin da muke tare da kai, when we were together in secondary school, when you were teaching us or you were our supervisor, you also had experience, in Turkey already of secondary school, of going to
Correct.
Lise in Turkey. So what was the difference? What did you find as the difference, of teaching or taking care of students in Nigeria and in Turkey?
Uh, I believe education has only one language. And I loved my students. I love you guys. You are my part of life. You are my brothers. Like, I used to talk with your family. I visited you all the time. I ate. And I know that there is no any of my parents that I did not eat food from from their hands. They cooked, like they have helpers. They can go and cook. But most of them, they cooked for me, especially, Lokacin, Azimiko.
Yeah, look
For
at
iftar.
iftar.
Yeah,
Yes, right.
yeah, they used to call us. Yeah, correct. So, because of this kind of good relationship, education comes into one language, I believe. First, if it comes from your heart, you teach to Chinese, African, Turkish. I don't see any difference. But you guys were good. So why you are good? Because you were pushed to study. You were supported by your families, and your families, like majority of them, understood the importance of language, and they transferred that idea into your minds. Yeah, you guys were doing naughty things, creating problem, jumping over from somewhere. We had this kind of problems. It was all good. So that is why I want to say that, like, education doesn't have another language. We have all the same, only one language, but we have different students. Especially in Turkey, you guys are in private colleges. Your parents, your families, they were paying for it. But even though your families are paid for that one, they never let you do anything useless. But unfortunately, in Turkey, if it is in college, if the family is paying something, the students, they don't have the same mentality. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
uh, they think that I am paying, so that is why I can do whatever I want, and families, they support them. Maybe on teacher side or on supervising side, no difference, but on the student side, you guys were different. You were responsible students, at least majority of you. I'm not talking about 100%, which is so normal.
Yeah.
But in Turkey, it is so hard to teach college students because they say, "Ako'y kudi so babu wahala a cikin makaranta." Amma wannan idea is not a good idea. I always say the same thing to the parents. Hey, this guy is going to be problem for me maximum of 2 years, but it's going to be a problem for you in your whole life. So I can see the difference. Like majority of my students, I can still write them. We are communicating with you. But mashallah, I'm proud of you guys. You have finished doctorate. I didn't have even PhD. So maybe I touched a small touch in your life as your hobby, as your supervisor, maybe small touch, and that makes me proud. This is the best part of being an educational instructor. So these are the things I can say about education.
Mashallah. And I wanted to also, discuss with you about transportation. Da ka zauna
Achaba,
da ka zauna a Nigeria, wani irin transportation ka yi amfani da shi, ko kuma wani irin ababen hawa ka yi amfani da shi? Saboda a Turkey, kaga nima na yi karatu a Turkey, na san irin kuma difference na abin hawa. Misali, za ka ga akwai bus, akwai train a can a Turkiya.
Akwai dolmush.
Akwai dolmush, na tuna dolmush, kwarai akwai dolmush. Musamman kuma lokacin da muke zama a Beylikdüzü, a unguwar Beylikdüzü a Istanbul. in muka hau bus za mu tafi makaranta da safe, hadin kai bus ba sauki, ka san yadda take cika da mutane. But sometimes zaka ji captain yana cewa Ankara Yilmaz yana cewa irin yana ciccika mutane, motan zai yi kamar zai faɗi.
Thousands of people in one Dolmuş Abdülmelik. I remember. Oh my God.
Yeah. But I want to hear your experience in Kano. How did you move about in those
Wallahi, Abdülmelik, wallahi, I still prefer the transportation in Kano State rather than Istanbul. Istanbul is wahala, Oga. Wallahi, ako'y wahala sosai ba. Achaba is not good, Oga. Stop. You know, some, what they call, Tefi Sabungari. Now, how much? 20, no, 15. You bargain because babu kudi sosai a cikin paket ko? Yeah, so you bargain, you jump onto that, it's another experience. Of course, they were not so like professional riders, I can say. Yeah. But I don't know, it was so funny. Maybe it was difficult for us, but you didn't have any choice.
Yeah.
Even though you get taxi, you have to sit 2 people in the front, 4 people at the back side.
Yeah,
you squeeze a little bit, but time passes, it is still alright. And taxi is expensive, you cannot just all the time go. Achaba was the always solution, you don't have a traffic problem. But these guys were like the craziest people among Kano guys.
By the way, I want to tell you that Achaba has been banned. Achaba has been banned, I think, for almost in Kano, I think for almost 8 years or so, or 9 years. Yeah, so now, because of pollution and also crimes. You know, after you left Nigeria, there was a lot of problems, security problems that happened in Nigeria. I think you're following online.
Of course, these Boko Haram issues, right?
Yeah, and different things. So many of the crimes were happening. You said there was no traffic issue, so people were moving with traffic, do a crime quickly and run away. But Nigeria.
Sorry, just one word, one sentence I am going to say. Why this Boko Haram problem start with Buhari? It started with Buhari's region, right?
No, it started actually in 2000 and I think 2007, around 2007. It started as a small problem in 2007. You were still in Nigeria, but back then it was the government, did not fight it, and it was a problem, that grew up actually, so later the people took arms, but initially it was not an armed conflict. They were just trying to encourage people, but they were having extremist ideas. But then later they encouraged people to start getting arms and stuff like that. But then by 2000 and I think 11, they became, probably if I remember right, they became violent and they start, to explode things and stuff like that. That was
Kano
really the time of good luck, Jonathan.
Kano was the most peaceful state in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We didn't have any problem.
Yeah.
You remember in the night we used to go to like Suya place in Taroni, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we used to walk.
Bakery,
yes, Seafood Bakery. Yes, and there was another Suya type, the small one that we used to go.
Was it Yahuza?
Was it Yahuza? No, Yahuza is Abuja.
Yahuza also was in Kano, but there is another one there was another guy, I think it was Yahuza, also in Taroni on the road, on that road, government house road,
Oh, that one is Ibrahim. Malam Ibrahim. I never forget him. Yeah. He was the best guy. I still remember his face, man.
And there was Magajo Rumfa.
Hey, yes.
There was
Magajo Rumfa.
Very nice one. There. And also, I think we used to go to swimming, back in the day.
Yes.
And for us, it was really interesting. I think that is some of the experience that many of my friends recall, because in the Nigerian education system, it was not so normal, for students to travel with their with their teachers to swim, or to go into that, But I think that was some different things that we saw with you guys. You were quite, free with us, and we went to, all those, Sani Abacha Youth Center back in those days,
Yes. Yes.
and I think
Those were
also,
beautiful. You guys were so pretty like that, but yeah, Kai Abdul Malik, time is passing by.
you
Akoy
taught me first
wallahi.
how to swim. You're my swimming teacher.
Really?
I never went to a swimming pool, but
Oh my God.
I remember
I don't remember.
you will hold me in your hands. My mom will tell you, make sure you are careful with me. I don't know how to
Yeah.
do it. You say Hajia
Yeah.
Bako.
Yeah, your mom, Madam Umma,
Yeah.
may Allah bless her there, inshallah.
I mean.
She was a nurse, right?
Yeah, she studied nursing. Yeah. When I was sick, I didn't go to hospital. She just came and she took care of me, or she she came and took me from school always.
Correct.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tried that advantage many times that you wanted to call mama to pick you up from the boarding. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did my best to not allow it for a couple of times, but you were mama's boy. I remember Abdul
Yeah.
Malik.
Finally, after JSS2, I left the boarding school and I became a
Yeah,
day student. But yeah.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
I think it was a lot of great memories. We played football together with you guys,
Of course.
march together, all of these things. I'm sure many of the friends, I will share it. We have a group of Adobayero Science College students
Oh,
in WhatsApp.
Bello,
Bello, if you want, you can call the names of the people who you remember. I'm sure they will see this.
Abdul Malik, uh, Dr. Bichi's son,
I'll tell you his first.
Nizam.
Nizam, in fact, Nizam called me about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and we were discussing with him about life and stuff. Do you remember Idris?
Idris, yeah, I remember. He's Idris. No,
Idris Ka. Maybe you can remember. Idris
yeah,
Ka.
no,
Idris Ka.
I remember Idris. There is another one.
Nuhu.
Nuhu, the Niger guy, right?
Yeah, from
He's
Niger.
from Niger,
Yeah.
and Bello was there. Who again? Kai- I'm getting old, Abdul Malik.
Yeah, you have to. I will challenge you to remember them because they'll be watching. I'm going to post this video.
Sorry, guys. I'm bad. Like after you guys, I had hundreds of students. I'm sorry, it is my mind, but I remember all of your faces. Mustafa Faragai.
Mustafa Foragai, go please, more, more.
So the small guy, and who again? Hamza was there. Kai. Hey, stop insulting me, guys. Those that I don't remember.
You must remember more. You can remember maybe also workers of NTIC that you remember,
Yeah,
because probably they might see this video, or teachers also. You can give a shout out to the people that you worked with there,
of course. Malam Shafi, he was the best person that I can remember. I hope he is doing fine. Malam Shafi.
yeah.
Malam Garba, may Allah bless him. I
He
know he
died
passed
actually.
away.
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
He was the gate
I
man
know.
of the school.
He was the man of everybody. He was not the gate man for me. Like, may Allah bless him. I always pray for him. He was very respected person. Yeah, and later Abu Bakr came, the driver. Salih, the driver.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ahmed, he's the VP.
Yeah, Mr. Ahmed now I think he's in university or somewhere as a lecturer somewhere in Nigeria.
Mashallah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he deserved that so much. I know.
yeah.
And whom I can remember. By the way, Mr. Mehmet Bite is here. I saw him last month. He's in Kansas City.
Okay.
He's still teaching and he's still shouting like before. There is no any difference.
Oh, science teacher. I had a chat
Yeah.
with him actually about maybe 2 years ago. Yeah,
Mashallah.
and we are still friends on Facebook. The world is small.
Yeah. It is.
I wouldn't know, in 2003 there would be this kind of invention, of Facebook that can bring the world together. These social networks, that will bring people
Malik, do
together.
you remember we went to internet cafe to create an
Email.
email with you
I
guys?
still have my
Maybe
email. That's my first
really?
email. It's still
Oh
there.
my God! I know that is very nice.
That was in
Yeah, that is very nice.
2003 when I opened
Yeah.
my first email. 21, almost 21
Oh
years
my
ago.
God. Yeah, you are a good student. I am sure you kept the records, passwords, everything, and you are still using. I
Yeah, I
understand.
still have
One
my
of the
email
genius
from
one.
then.
Mashallah,
And I
mashallah.
still remember the cafe we went on Zaria Road.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
walked to
Zaria
the
Road, right? Go.
yeah, we
We
walked from our
walked.
school, yeah, and
Yes.
the internet cafe was there. And yeah.
Yeah. Mashallah, mashallah.
Mashallah,
Yeah.
you
Oh
also you
my God.
didn't forget many things, you still
Of
remember
course, Abdul
those
Malik.
those
Of
those
course, it
points.
is. Nigeria is always my second hometown. I don't know
What
whoever
about
comes
Juma
here.
prayer? Juma prayer. You remember us going
Yawwa,
for Juma? Salat Juma.
Salah Juma, that experience is something different. Still hot. Trying to find a shade under the tree is always the best option.
Yeah.
Uh, once when I went to from NTIC to Juma Mosque, guess who was very close to me? The former president,
Maybe
maybe
Babangida?
Babangida, yawwa, nagode oga.
Yeah, maybe
It was
Babangida.
Babangida, he was next to me. I never forget that one. So that is the place God remind us again, hey, even though you're president or a small student, whatever,
Yeah.
God keeps you in the same line on this mosque,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So in Nigeria, that is the difference. Like you are outside, it feels you like it makes you to feel you are nothing but only abd to Allah.
Yeah.
So that is another thing like that I can easily remember. Yeah, hot, going with your kaftan, taking your then people wears their best clothes. You walk on the streets like kind of it is a reminder for you that you will go to like the day of
Yeah.
judgment. I think we will be going the same
Yeah.
rush, right, Abdul
That's
Malik?
right.
Yeah, I mean all like that I experienced there is something was different. Everything that I experienced gave me something different in my life.
That's right.
Like for example, I when I went to first Nigeria, when I was in Turkey before I went to Nigeria, I used to avoid some foods, some abinci.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to Nigeria, I forgot all of them. There is nothing now that I don't eat in my life. So because you see the other thing there, the people that you are seeing like uh, makes you change your ideas. The way that you look at the world makes you another person. That is another
Yeah.
experience I got from Nigeria.
I see. And actually, after I want to go more about Nigeria because it's more relevant for me to talk to you about Nigeria. So I want to ask you
Of
about
course.
other states where you visited in Nigeria. We talked about Kano. Which other states? Wani gari kake tunawa a Nigeria?
Akwai da yawa ba.
Okay.
Sokoto,
Mm-hmm.
da Albasa City ko?
Okay.
Zamfara, Abuja.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked Abuja. I don't know why. I never liked it.
Yeah.
Maybe like whenever you go to a capital, including Ankara, is the same.
Yeah.
Things get so official. Maybe it's not as warm as Kano. Kano people are always
Yeah,
warm to you.
just haraketli.
Yeah,
There was always haraka. Yeah,
hareketli,
there's always haraka.
perfect. But in Abuja or Lagos, you see a bit more wildlife, and maybe that is what I didn't like it, Abdul
Yeah.
Malik. So I went to Maiduguri. We went to this safari. Yobe ko? No, ba Yobe ba. Borno.
Bauchi?
Yankari.
Yankari in Bauchi.
Bauchi ko?
Bauchi.
Yankari, we went there. And Kaduna, of course. What's this? I want again. Sokoto, I said. Yeah, these are the states I want. Lagos also I want. Yeah.
See.
Not a lot, it seems. We have 36 states in
Nigeria.
Nigeria,
Yeah,
ko?
36 states.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sokoto is the same. Like when after Kano, like Mediguri, Bauchi, I don't think we have a lot of differences there. Almost the same. It is Hausaland, I believe, right, Ko?
yeah, it's
So
all Hausa
mostly
areas,
the same.
yeah, northern Nigeria. So you
Yeah.
also, in Nigeria, you worked in the Nigerian Turkish International College back then, again for a second time after, some gaps. But before that, our second meeting, I know that you went to Central African Republic, kaje Jamhuriyar Central Africa, Africa ta tsakiya, da kuma ƙasar Niger, Yamai. So zan so na ji experiences ɗinka da ka samu a Central Africa, da kuma similarities in maybe Niger, Central Africa, da kuma Nigeria. Me ka gani which is similar?
Akwai similarities in Niger, Niamey, and Kano, yes. Akwai kadan difference with Hausa. They don't say dubu, they say jaka.
Jaka, okay.
Eh, there are like I remember this one,
Jaka guda,
like
jaka biyu,
jaka
yeah,
jaka
yeah.
biu, but we say dubu
Dubu
biu
biyu in
in
Nigeria,
Nigeria, ko.
yes, that's right.
So those are the difference. But they used to always respect me because I'm coming from the source,
From
man.
Kano.
Oga, Kano. Yeah, the culture almost is the same. Not a lot of differences in Niger. Yeah, but
What about the French, the French kind of, flavor in Niger? Nigeria is
oh,
like colonized by the British, and,
correct.
Niger was colonized by French. So I think there's a bit of maybe difference in terms of the
Uh,
mentality or something like that.
yeah, of course. Abdulmalik, frankly
Yeah,
talking, if it is a like if it is an Anglophone country, the system may not be that much good, but the economy is better. But in Francophone countries, they siphoned everything, but they put a better system, I can say.
I see.
Not a lot of bureaucracy, whatever. You guys have money, and if comparing to others, but in Niamey, Niger, unfortunately, it
The money
is
has been
worse. You
taken
cannot even.
away
Of
by
course,
by
they left the system good. I
yeah,
understand, but babu wanamba,
but
babu
mm,
kudi, babu
mm,
abunchi, akwai wahala dewa.
mm,
So these are the things. But going back to Bangui,
yeah.
Republic of Central Africa is completely different, man. I mean, like you cannot trust people. So they drink a lot, like on the street. You'll see you cannot even compare with Kanu. You don't feel safe there, Abdul Malik. Kanu, I used to feel very safe. People like were my family. I didn't have any problem. When you say, oh God, Allah, akwai wahala, that Allah help me, they will help you out. But uh,
Bangui,
in Bangui is not that way. A lot of like burglary.
burglary,
You
yeah.
cannot even walk on the street. They will get into they will steal the cover of your tires. Can you imagine that?
I see.
Yeah, they will press on the button of your boot, and you will think that you locked your door. But when you get into the market, they will open the boot and they will steal. I bought my own spare tire couple of times. They say, Oga, akwai one number. This guy, he was stealing and I caught him. But you should pay me something. I bought my
Your own
spare
same
tire
tire.
couple of
My
times.
goodness.
Yes, he thinks that he claims that, of course, he claims that he caught the person who was stealing, but he's the one who stole it.
I see.
Yeah, or this kind of things. I like as an experienced person in Africa, they stole my wallet inside my car couple of times. So you don't feel safe. That is why I said after 2 years I'm going.
I see.
I couldn't make it either.
I see.
And they drink a lot of like. Can you see? I have seen some of our teachers came drunk to school in the morning. We have to send them back.
I see.
Yeah, of course they have some other better things like as long as you compare fruits, they have more options. For example, I can say. But Man, it is difficult there. I mean, they eat everything, man. You don't even see dogs in the street.
Really?
They'll catch and eat it. I mean.
I see. Different cultures.
So yeah, the different
Yeah.
culture. The abunchi is completely different. You can't eat outside. What's going on? You have to find specific
For halal
places
food.
uh, for halal
Yeah.
food. Even though it is halal, you may not trust Abdul Malik. And we had some Hausa people still, but their character has been affected negatively.
In
You know,
Bangui.
in
I
Bangui.
see.
So that one they cook halal nama, amma they say it is halal. How can be halal? It is like next to each other, oga. Go? They
Mm,
mix things, the oil or everything. So that is why,
yeah.
I mean,
They mix
Abunchi
this,
was
the oil and
Wahala, people
everything.
were Wahala. Uh, so I said, okay, after 2 years, I said, Salam Alaikum. And, and I went to Niger and I said, Alhamdulillah, I'm back home. I
And you
mean,
went to Niger.
yeah.
I see. And how was it like in Niger in terms of the people, teaching there and life there?
Uh,
The students, what do you see similarities between
it
students
is
in
almost the
Nigeria,
same, Abdul Malik, I
in
can
northern
say. Maybe the
Nigeria?
time passed, but still, I never found as good as you guys. The money changed even the Nigerian students, like you guys were under pressure of your families. They said to pay my school is not your problem. I'm talking about Adabayero Science College. I'm not talking about NTIC at least. Yeah,
Yeah, good. I think it's good that
completely
you
different.
separated
We
also
were more
Adobairo and
like
NTS because
family
it was
there.
totally different
Yeah, you know that our supervisors also were different than NTIC
in
schools.
Adobairo.
Like
Yeah.
you guys were my first student in my life. So that is why uh, like you guys are always
Yeah.
different for me. So yeah,
By the way, I met Idris 3 weeks ago in Dublin. I was in
mashallah.
Dublin in Republic of Ireland, and I met Idris, and he was saying the same. The experience he had in Adobairo is the best in his life. Many years has
Yes.
passed, but anybody I spoke to Bello this morning, Bello as well. Everybody said the same thing. I told them I'm going to speak with you
Inshallah.
actually.
I hope you
Yeah,
guys
but I'm
they will
sure.
watch this video. I love you guys. I really miss you. You are my part of family. You never forget that one. So inshallah we will be together again. Maybe open another bar in Al Jannah. Inshallah. Yeah,
Allah
Allah.
knows best when we
Inshallah.
will meet. But yeah, after your experience, in Niger, you came back to Turkey and to
Yeah.
work in the I think in the
In the
university at
Fatih
that time,
University
and I
in the
was
international office.
yeah
Abdul Malik,
yeah, and I was studying there at
yeah,
that
you
time.
were there. Uh, yeah, after 10 years, I wanted to come back. Like, I was getting old. I wanted to continue my education. I even started my master education in Fatih University,
In
yeah,
fact,
because
yeah,
of this coup d'etat, they closed whatever. I don't want to get into that. It's another subject.
yeah,
So, I couldn't finish my master education. I started international relations, my master.
yeah,
I continued, but I couldn't finish it. So maybe I was a bit tired, getting old, whatever. I wanted to come back. I worked almost 4 years in Fatih University. In 2012, I returned back. So coming back to Turkey, it wasn't that much different because like I knew what Turkey was. Abroad was always the best. And when I worked for 2 years in Fatih University, I wanted to go back to Africa, but university didn't allow me because for yeah.
yeah. But I remember at that time you transformed. When I met you, I think when we splitted, I think back in I don't know which year you left Kano.
2002, 2008.
2008. So when you left in 2008, I graduated from secondary school in
Yeah.
2009. And when you left in 2008, still your Hausa was not very, strong. But then when you came to Fatih University in 2016, I no
2012.
2014,
12.
2012, 2012, yeah, 2012, yeah. 2012, you were speaking French, you were speaking very good Hausa, and you were speaking English as well. So you had around four languages, and I think that was why you came to work for the International
Correct.
Student Office, because there were students, from all parts of the world.
Correct.
I don't remember the number of the countries, if you can mention
170.
at that time.
Yes.
Wow.
That was a lot.
That
That
was
was
really
a
interesting.
lot.
And what was that experience like? Meeting people from. I like to talk about culture, because culture is something. What was it like for you? To manage sort of students from different countries,
Uh,
and was there anything you learned from that experience, like as a lesson for your life?
Abdul Malik, like when you get like a level of experience in your life, it doesn't go like you can't add up a lot of things again. So when I went to Fatih University working as international students office, I think I didn't get a lot of experience back again because the experience that I had in my life was enough to manage the situation over there. But of course, you still have different cultures. I never touched, I never in contact with like Asian people or European people. I was always in Africa. But I realized that student mentality is always a student mentality. So it doesn't change a lot. Of course, African students or Nigerian students still in, I mean, were in a different position for me. Like, hey, come here, do that, do this. Still,
You know how to
yeah,
relate with
it
with
was
those people
easier
very
for
well.
me, especially language
Yeah.
wise, culture wise. But when you go to Asian students, you need to get into English or Russia. But I didn't have Russia. But to speak your own language, like Hausa or whatever, made us more connected than the other people. I don't know.
I see.
I never got any gap in my feelings between African students and myself.
Yeah.
But that gap was always there for the other students. Like, so that is the reason why it was more likely official for me. The relationship that I used to have with the other students, more official. This is the rules, these are the
Yeah.
regulations. But for you guys, I could have say more things, more advice, because
Yeah.
I know your background. I had the same background. So I was more useful for African students than the other students. These are the best experience I could say. Yeah, of course, I did my best to help all of the students, but it was so easier for me to help you guys than the other students because of the backgrounds we
I see.
had, culture, different, whatever. We were speaking the same language. I'm not talking about Hausa, English, or French. The language means, language comes with culture. Language comes with
Yeah.
history. Language comes with, like the experience that you had with the same people. It comes with emotions. It comes with feelings. So that is why my connection was more like my connection was stronger than like the other people with you guys. The reasons are obvious. I mean, like culture, language, whatever.
Yeah. I think it was during when you were in Fatih University that Kano State government sent also students,
Yeah,
to do their
correct.
masters.
That was a very, very good project for Kano government. I hope they are still
Yeah.
doing the same thing. It is not that much important, like for them to send them to Turkey or anywhere, whatever. But it was a good thing because Abdul Malik, I am sure to go and see abroad, like I can say, I went to Africa and it gave me a lot of things. So that is why students from African countries or like particularly from Kano, because we are Kano people, should go abroad. It could be Turkey, it could be UK, it could be United States, it could be anywhere else to get more ideas so that they are going to be more useful, more helpful for the people of their country. This experience cannot be studied in the classroom inside Nigeria or inside Kano State. it should be like taken from other countries. They will understand more. They will, the like Boko Haram or other problems. Main problem is the education, Abdul Malik. I believe so, because that jahala is going to give people violence or whatever you call. Education is going to give solution for every kind of problem in the world. That is what I believe for. And in this aspect, Kano people or whoever, Lagos, Abuja, whatever, they should go abroad, study there, and come back with different idea, and they are going to change a lot of things, and it is going to be very helpful for the society, I believe.
I get you. So actually, as you mentioned, education, changes, a lot of things, and makes us, to be what we are, be responsible actually in the
Correct.
society. And yeah, if this could spread to more, and as you say, being there as a person to another country, you gain more than what you gain in a classroom. And I just want to let you know that many of those students, after they finished the masters, they did PhDs in different parts of the world, and some of them right now are even working in the government as senior, officials,
MashaAllah.
and they're doing a lot of good changes, I think.
Okay, we
And
have representative from NTIC, this guy, mentionan Shiva Sadık? No, not Sadık. He's an NTIC graduate. He's a Kabiru
Kabiru,
Yawa.
Kabiru,
Yeah,
Kabiru, Kabiru Sule. Yeah, he's actually Kabiru Dahiru Sule. He's
MP.
MP
Yeah,
in
yes,
Kano. Yeah, like it's member of parliament,
yes.
state
He's
parliament. Yeah,
Olga
actually,
Yanzuko.
yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, many people, have gone forward. And, many years have passed now.
MashaAllah.
I told you, we got old.
Yes,
The new are very,
yes.
very old.
Thank you for reminding me, Abdul Malik. Yawa, na wadoga. But
Yeah.
never forget,
So
you
yeah,
guys also will come to my age very soon. So take the time and think always. Time goes bum like that.
yeah. I used to think that. Like 10 years was a long period of time. 10 years, but now, it was just last year, 2023. Just last year, it was New Year for 2023, and now it's already February, 2024. Before you know it, we are talking about the first quarter right now, is about to end
Correct.
of the year. And then before you know it, it's going to be end of the year again, and really time
Time
flies.
flies,
And
abi. Time is running down, I mean, against us. So may Allah keep us in His way, in His line all the time, inshallah.
I mean. So right now, Ramazan Abi, you're in America, you're in
Hmm.
Texas, and America is seen as a land of opportunity. I see it as a crazy place. I have never I've never been to America, but a lot of people think that, yeah,
Yeah.
America is a great place
Ah,
to be. What's your
okay.
experience in America? And you told me you're going to draw similarities between America
Kano.
and Kano, or Houston and
Houston
Kano.
Icon.
So I'd like to
Okay.
hear that.
Uh, America's Kano, like, if you compare Abuja and Kano, Kano is like more like
Yeah,
village with 10 million population. I mean, I'm talking about my time. So Houston,
yeah.
yeah.
When you were in,
So Houston is the same with like 20 million population. It's a big village. You may not realize whether you are in Mexico or United States.
oh
Oh,
really,
of course.
really,
The official language in here are two here,
it's
Spanish and
Spanish.
English. But if you
Okay.
speak Spanish on the street, you don't have any problem. Most of the population.
By the way, I speak Spanish now. Just to let you know, I lived in Spain for five
Bueno,
years. I added Spanish to
bueno,
my.
bueno, bueno, señor.
Bueno, ¿qué tal?
Yo hablo español poquito. Yeah, akwai
Poco, muy
similarity
bien.
da yawa ba with French language and Spanish language. So if I study a little bit, like 5 6 months,
Okay.
I'm sure I can catch it up. And my workers down here,
Yeah.
my technician, my cleaners, everybody, They are
Mexican,
Latino, like from El Salvador,
Latinos. Yeah.
from Mexico,
Okay.
or from down there. I mean, so
Yeah. I see.
yeah,
Puerto
Puerto
Rico
Rico,
and other
correct.
places.
So
Yeah.
coming to the main question again, Abdul Malik, is yeah, it is capitalism. So you don't even say salam alaikum, because if you say salam alaikum, you think that you are going to pay something.
Wow.
Babu aiki, babu kudi. Babu kudi akwai wahala da yawa. Sosai ba. Ka gani? Babu abunci.
Mm.
People, they won't even help you. They won't do that.
In America.
I can say in
Wow.
Texas at least. If you are hungry,
Mm.
just knock on the door here with any restaurant, give me food. Wallahi, I don't think they will give you Abdul Malik. So you have to work very regularly here. If you don't work, next day you are hungry. You can't do anything. Life is the cheapest one in Texas, and job opportunity is always the best, and a lot of variations in Texas. You know, America has 50 states, and I believe at least, I cannot say we have 50 different countries here, but I am sure we have more than 10, 15 different countries here. You go to California, you go to Florida, you will have different rules, different regulation, different people, different system. So that makes you feel that you are in a different country. You went to Atlanta, Georgia is the same again,
Yeah.
different thing.
The age of
A
things.
lot.
Yeah. The
And it
laws
is a
and things
huge,
for legal
yeah,
age are
and
different.
it is huge land, Abdul Malik. Like you drive 9 hours, 10 hours, you just pass only one or two states. I'm not talking about going
Wow.
from one corner to other one. Like that is why, I mean, it is not a social government. It is like really capitalism. The top of it. I mean, you have to work. You say salam alaikum. You pay, and later it
That's
makes you be part of them. The life is the system is pushing you. You cannot behave as you are behaving in Kano state or in Istanbul, in Ankara. It it makes you
yeah.
feel more harsh. You start forgetting about your mercy, because and the
Mm.
more you stay in Texas or in United States, the more you lose your rahmah or your mercy,
Mm.
whatever you call. I mean, you become more harsh,
I
like
see.
your heart becomes so stone, because you are struggling, and to make easy money is almost impossible here. You have to work, and alhamdulillah, whatever I got in my life because of Kano, Abuja, Nigeria, I still have power. I have experience. I have languages. I have network. So I can, maybe I'm not on the higher level of life here, but at least I can say I'm in the middle. But there are people on the lower side
Sure.
that they have to
Yeah.
work hard, and the money that they are getting is barely enough for their bills to be paid. Alhamdulillah, I still have okay. Yeah, it's good. I have network fine, but still I prefer a social government. Anyway, my destiny, my father pushed me here. I always say
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, and I can say I lived in Kano, man. I can live everywhere.
Okay, mashallah.
Yeah,
That's
I
really
don't have
good.
any problem. So Alhamdulillah, I can say maybe in the future, I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm about to get my green card. Just you guys should pray for me. Then later, maybe, I don't know. Whatever happens, whenever, if I get my citizenship here or green card, whatever, I will definitely go back to Nigeria someday. Maybe work voluntarily for a couple of months, like working both and holiday, and I will come back. But the way that I see, I don't think I will have the same fun that I used to have when I was together with you guys, because fun or enjoyment comes together with the people that you had it on the time.
Good people.
I don't,
Exactly. That's
yeah,
what I was going
yeah,
to say.
because I don't think I will see the Nigeria that I left. I will see a different Nigeria.
You won't. You wouldn't
Probably in a
see.
week I will
That's
run
true.
away back. So probably
Yeah.
I will keep it in my mind. But whatever happens, I will go back and see, because it is going to be my. I want my son to go and see wherever I studied in the future, because it is going to give him a good lesson. I will hold his ear. Come here. You see where your father studied. You see where your
Yeah.
father struggled, or you see
Yeah.
how education was hard for me to do. So I want him to see, so that he's going to have, like, life is here. You have good car. Yeah, it is capitalism, but it gives good benefits as well, right? So it
I
comes
see.
like
Yeah.
both things. You cannot have everything at the same time. I had peace of mind in Kano, but I was poor. But ultimately,
Balcony.
yeah, I mean, because I was a
Yeah.
student.
I like that sentence that you mentioned. And I'm living abroad, for almost 13 years or more, 14 years now, I
Yes,
think, 14 years. But I found something that you can never have it all. You can't
absolutely
have everything all. You can be in peace. You can have money. You may not have your family. You can have, you can't have everything. You may not even have your food. The food that you
correct.
like, you might have money. You may not have the best food that you like. You like suya, you like
Absolutely.
dambunama, whatever you
Wallahi.
like, but it's not here. But maybe money is here. Some people, they live with their parents. They have their mother, they have their father, but maybe they don't have anything in their pockets.
Correct.
So, you don't get everything, but I like the way you put it
Oh,
there.
no, it is true. You don't remember the way that we struggled because we never showed you. You remember you guys used to have your pocket money and your families used to give us and we used to keep for you.
Yes.
Most of the time, your families used to bring a lot of money. It was more than the scholarship that I used to get from NTIC.
Gosh.
You
I
guys were
can't
spending more than
imagine.
me. That is why I was so angry. If you get now, hey, there was no any way to explain. I struggled. Like, imagine you are going to university, you need to eat something, you have like your way to
Yeah.
my family. I lost my father when I was 12. So there was no any support from me from Turkey unless NTIC used to give us. NTIC used to give us naira dubu, like 1,000 naira in a
Yeah.
month. You guys used to spend almost 2,000 naira in a week. But
Not me.
no,
Yeah, I
no,
know the
not
people
you,
you're
but you,
talking about.
not you. You were,
I
you were
know
like,
them.
you were like me, Abdul Malik. I remember. So we were poor, but there were some rich students. Like I remember, in Adaboya, we didn't have very very rich people. We had some.
We had some. We had the children of very few, but most people
These,
were
yeah, the
that. But
Adaboya's grandchildren. Hamza also,
children
Hamza also
actually.
was a rich one. I remember, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
he used
they
to
were.
spend a lot of money. I remember, but it was good. I mean, so as I told you, maybe it was good for me to not have any money. If I had a lot of money, I used to spoil myself. I mean, it was a risk for me to spoil myself. Money brings responsibility. It is responsibilities together with it. So there was no money, there was nothing for me to do unless eat, abinci, sleep, that's all. But more
Yeah,
money brings you, shaitan will just pick you. Go to Sabungari.
especially
Yeah,
as a young person.
do that, do this. I was young guy. I was not a child. I was young guy. And, uh, I was attractive for just ladies, everybody, you know that. But I protected myself, alhamdulillah. And the best help was money because I didn't have it. Abdul Malik. Yeah. It
Understand,
comes everything,
understand. But
responsibility, and I didn't have that power to carry that responsibility of money. Alhamdulillah. Allah didn't provide me money that time. I have now. It is okay. Alhamdulillah. I'm still not rich, but I'm good. I mean, not as poor as when I was in
yeah.
Nigeria.
MashaAllah. I think, yeah, it's really good to hear this from you. So, if you were to, to give your younger self, an advice, what advice would you give your younger self? And this one, I want it, to be for many people, young people who will be watching
Inshallah.
this. What would be your advice?
Well, what I believe is that you should firstly understand time flies down and really flies. It runs down. Take that opportunity. It goes. and the opportunities that you are going to come across, take them. I learned Hausa on the street from you guys. I didn't lose anything, but it still keeps my connection stronger with whoever speaks Hausa. But I took that advantage when it was that time. It was 14 years ago. I learned French language. It was an opportunity for me, but I took that advantage. And what happens now? I'm a multilingual person now. I can speak a lot of languages. Respect people, whoever are they. Christian, Muslim, black, white, green, whatever, I don't care. Respect as how they are. And love people. And stay in the line of Allah, inshallah. Then everything's gonna be fine. That is what all I can suggest, guys. And never forget me, of course.
Mashallah.
That's another thing.
Mashallah. I think, yeah, it's really good. I just want to, I know that you also had a specialty, in
Yeah,
cybersecurity analysis, and also, you have also been an instructor of, cybersecurity. And, a lot of times you find many things about Nigeria, or I'm sure you have some scams that you have come, or you know about in that space, like the
correct.
Nigerian. Maybe you say the name Nigerian prince or whatever
Yes,
they
yes.
call it. so I want you to maybe say some things about the dangers of that, and also the I just want you to say something about your cybersecurity thing, and yeah,
Yeah,
and
well,
if you can connect some things with Nigeria also, so will be more relevant
yeah,
for us. Yeah.
actually in cybersecurity, you use some tools like CrowdStrike, like More Than Me, or Splunk, these kind of programs, they catch these kind of spams. I didn't used to deal with on emails because those kind of emails were blocked directly by the tools that we were using. So, and what when you get into that one, the issue that I used to do, if there is any breach that they have created in our system after the firewall, what I used to do to create the incident report. When did they enter? What they do? Did they leave anything like bomb? Firebomb you call. Then
Hmm.
these kind of things that I used to search. Then the system is going to detect it automatically. You just fill up the forms and give the detailed information about it and send it to the upper level. And they do take care of that one. We didn't used to deal with the problems directly. Our job was to detect the problem,
To
analyze
identify.
it, give the details, and give the responsible people to take care of it. But I never enjoyed. I'm
I see.
sorry. I'm not a person who can sit on the seat and just click on the keyboard, whatever.
Computer.
Now I have a walkie-talkie with my guys. Do that. Go around the building, take care of the things.
Oh, and the
Yeah, the
facilities.
facilities.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Uh, I, I most of the time I walk around. I still have dorm here. 200 students living in the dormitory. We do take care of them, but these are college students. I have
Yeah.
like almost 17 apartment units that we accommodate our girl students. So I am mostly like, I'd like to be active because when I get old, I am sure I have to find a work that I can always sit and go home and come back. So since I'm still young, even though you guys call me old, but I'm still young, at least I still have 10 years to walk around. Then later, inshallah, I will find a job to sit and do the job. But for now, I prefer more active job. I'd like to be mobile all the time. So this is the reason why
Yeah.
I kept myself in educational business again. But the other one is still there. If I get, hey, this is not the one that I want, and I will go there. Inshallah, maybe I may continue.
Okay. And just to ask you again about some, some ideas maybe that you've seen in America that might be useful for Nigeria or in Turkey, or around your travels. Just what you think, yeah, for us might be relevant. Something that you feel, yeah. I don't know, just anything.
Yeah. Well,
I know it's putting you on the spot.
American dream is a big lie. That is for sure. If you have nothing, if you slept well in the in your past life, you didn't put anything in your pocket, such as your degree, such as your languages, such as your experiences, that American dream will never come true here because you slept well in the past. I believe this is the same for every country. People think that when I come to United States, they think that I'm going to collect the dollars from the tree branches. That is not the way. You have to struggle. But the way you uh, like the accessories that you have taken for your life, as I told you, like languages, experience, degree, bachelor, PhD, whatever, the more money you are going to make here. And without money in United States, you are nothing but trash. So in Turkey is not like that, at least, or in Kano is not like that if you work fine. But the financial, if you compare Turkey, United States, or Nigeria, as long as I can hear from my friends over there, still United States is the
Yeah.
best. Why? Because these guys have the money, they have the power of economy in the world. That is the part that you may like. Apart from that one, no neighborhood, no mercy, no respect. No, they only respect rules and regulations. I believe these guys, they are afraid. At least majority of them, I can say, they are more afraid of the rules and regulation and police than God Himself. So the systems always push you that you have to be scared of the rules and regulations. But if that one is not there, of course, the country is going to collapse in a year, believe me. They are very harsh on rules and regulations. But in Nigeria and Turkey, we mostly say, an Allah'tan korkmaz mısın? Değil mi Abdülmelik? Yani you don't afraid
Hmm.
of God.
Don't you feel?
That's what.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you just want
here
to
they
Allah.
say, they will never say that you don't afraid of God. They will never say, they say, they only afraid of police, cops. That's it. That is the difference, the
Yeah.
main difference from this country and our countries. Probably we all, I mean, because of the religion's influence. These guys, they don't have religion influences here. They only have influence from the rules and regulation and constitution. Power of cops, soldier, whatever. I mean, this is the main
Yeah.
thing that I
So,
can
what
say.
kind of is there any positive thing you can mention that you've seen there in terms of mindset? I know you mentioned
Yeah,
the no, I don't care attitude
yeah.
and things like that. If there is any good
Ultimately, in
things that you've
United
seen
States,
there in the,
yeah.
I know when I came to the UK 10 years ago, people told me, one of my friends fell ill, he became
Mm,
sick, and we were coming from London to Birmingham, and uh, I was scared because I didn't have so much money in my pocket. But I had to take him to hospital in Coventry, the same city I'm living right now. They gave him, good care. They put some oxygen
mhm.
for him, and I went, to ask for the bill. They told me it's free. It's free. They told me the UK is not like America, and that's where 10 years ago or 11 years ago, that's where I said, "Oh my God, what's the problem in America?"
The problem in America, you go
Yeah,
to the hospital, they are going to take good care of you, but the bill that they are going to give you is going to make you faint because there is nothing is free here, Abdul Malik, unless you have health insurance, anything. But of course, I cannot say. You may tell me, hey, if you don't like, get the hell out of that place. No, it's not like that. Yeah, you work, but they will pay you for the work that you are going to do for them.
to do.
So it is still, and the other thing, it is respectful, really respectful. It is like people, they have to respect each other. They cannot touch. You are Muslim, you are that, or whatever. You wear your kaftan and walk around. No one is going to say anything. Here is the system: is your freedom ends when other people's freedom starts. Till that point, you do whatever you want. That is the most beautiful thing that I can say about United States. You are really free. No one is going
See,
to say anything. Like maybe on the TVs you say they do that. They no, not like that. If you don't disturb people, you can do everything. You see churches, mosques, like every kind of religion is here, and they are free to do everything they want. That is
I
the
see.
maybe democracy we can call for that one. Of course, health, everything is good. If you are making good money, if you are working hard, of course you will get your insurances, everything, and you will get that health service that you are in need of. But if you are not working, the country is going to demolish you for sure.
I see. I see. It's a tough terrain, I believe, to live in. I mean, as you said, it's not so much social policies
Correct,
there. Mostly, it's capitalist system. I can imagine it's going to be very tough
correct,
for people to be there. But yeah, if you have, as you said, if you didn't sleep during in the past, you have your degree, you have your education, you have your skills and language and whatever skill you have, then maybe you can get money for those skills when
correct.
you're in the US. But if you don't have all of those things, you're going to suffer and there's no opportunity
Absolutely.
for you and the American dream won't work for you. I think that's a great lesson you mentioned there. So usually when we come to the end, idan muka zo karshen shirin,
Oh,
ina tambaya akan wato future ambition ko kuma any future project ɗinka. So I would like to know, where we would see you maybe in the next 5 years. What is your plan, for the next 5 years, or anything you want to do, or a legacy project you think about, for the next 5 years. What do you think? What are you thinking? You said if you get your green card, you would like to
yeah.
visit Nigeria as voluntary or something. That's
So
interesting.
actually,
And
Abdulmalik, my future plan is to travel the world again. Apart from that one, maybe I want to become father again. You pray for me, I don't know. Then apart from that
inshallah.
one, that is the thing. I mean, that I am going to plan. Then later, I don't think I have a lot of dreams, man. I did what I am supposed to do in my life. I don't want to become a rich man. I don't want to become a very popular person, whatever. Whatever I wanted in my life, God gave me, Alhamdulillah. So as from now, I want if I can do something for my children, fine, I will support them. Then later, I want to go around the world. Wherever I die, I will ask them to bury me down there. That's it. Life is short. May Allah keep me on His way. That is it. I don't have a lot of dreams.
Mm.
I have already um, gotten whatever I asked from Allah. Alhamdulillah. So,
I'm seeing you as okay. Let me change my words. Let me take back my. I'm seeing you as a very young
okay.
person, and now you're telling me you already finished your dream. I'm seeing you maybe living double what you are right now again, inshallah, or more.
Inshallah.
So I think you haven't done anything yet. So what is your? You're just beginning.
Well, I admit, maybe, yeah, like, of course, I still have small targets, like to complete Spanish language, to complete my
Okay.
master degree, and uh, yeah, these are the first two
So,
things.
okay, next time we speak again, next time we speak again, we speak full Spanish. Do you agree?
No, Abba. That is going to be difficult for me. I'm sorry, I cannot make that. But at least I can say
Okay.
bueno, couple of things. Yeah,
It's really great talking to you
yeah.
and speaking to you. I think probably after 10 years, I think the last time perhaps we spoke could be 2014. I don't know. Perhaps I've seen you in 2016. I don't know. But I just remember maybe on during my undergraduate years in Fatih University, probably until graduation we met. I'm not so sure if we met.
I don't think we met after the graduation,
Uh,
Abdul Malik. Yeah,
yeah, so it's almost maybe 10
almost.
years, but Alhamdulillah, it's really
Of
great
course.
to see you again. And I really
Thank you so
appreciate,
much.
you taking 1 hour, 30 minutes or more, even we have been speaking before the recording, to talk with you again. and I'm sure many of the people that you taught, you supervised, in Nigeria and even beyond, perhaps in Niger, many people might be seeing this. I'm sure students also, from Fatih
Right.
University, from Mali, from Burkina Faso, people that you
Yeah.
worked with in the international student office. Many of them are my friends on Facebook as well,
Perfect.
and perhaps your friends. They might see this interview because it might be something that they might relate to. Even though we had some little of Hausa, I know my show is in Hausa and English, but I'm sure the
Yeah.
given that you spoke English, it will be useful also for
Of
people who
course. Of
speak
course. They
English.
will excuse me for my
And
Hausa, inshallah. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it's really great again to catch up with you after all of these years, and I hope Allah knows best. But anytime you come into the UK, please just let me know. And the UK is much more a sensible place, calm
I know.
place, and yeah, it's very calm. It's so slow for me, but maybe because I don't live in London. But London is a great place. So if you happen to
Inshallah.
to drop there,
Of course,
just please let me know. I will do
if
my
I come
best.
again there, of course, Abdulmalik, you are the first one that I'm going to contact with. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It is very nice. It was very nice talking to you. Whoever watches this among my contacts, I can say, students, friends, whatever. May Allah keep you safe all the time, inshallah. Keep on praying for both of us. Thank you so much.
Even perhaps maybe some people might see you from BUK
Inshallah,
that we're in
inshallah,
your
why not?
same
I still have
course,
some contacts
and your professors are
with my old professors. Of course, if they say, if whoever
okay.
sees me, I say salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum salam. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the
Thank you so
best.
much, Abdul Malik.
And
I wish you all the best again.
thank you.